First of all, let me tell you something. Lamont is just full of shit.
Sometimes my mama said, you know, when you don't have nothing nice to say, you should be quiet.
People say that Stephen A. is a coon. You agree with that? Everybody got quiet on that one? Okay, Lamont, go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani practices voodoo.
What?
So he put a voodoo hex on my girl, Hillary, and that's why she got woozy.
Yo.
And the Secret Service had to prop her up and put her in the van.
Bro, take us to a break, my dude.
It was voodoo, son.
I don't know about that voodoo.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is three black guys with a mic.
Spud's gone.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I hit the thing.
What you doing, man? Scared me,
Sorry,
man.
I hit the button, y'all. My bad. I'm here. What's good, people? What's happening? What's going on? Let me move over into the camera.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You stay there. Let me see if I can find you.
Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm going. I'm back. What's good? Thank you so very much for joining us for another episode of Three Black Guys with the Mic. What's up with the Wadsworth already checked in with us? If you are on with us, let us know who you are, where you living at, what you doing tonight, what city you representing.
What you drinking?
You want to be a part of the conversation tonight? All you have to do is hit the link in the chat, and we will put you on live. That's what we will do. We will put you on live, and you can make your comments live on the show. Plus, do us a favor. If you are watching us, share this episode right now as we speak. Share it on your page so that way more people can be a part of the conversation. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can do the same thing. Share it. You can also make sure that you hit subscribe so that way you can be a part of the conversation. Cool? Gentlemen, what is good? Lamont, what is happening? Maynard, what's the deal? We have a new president, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new president.
Since Joe Biden got elected, we got another one?
Well, we weren't here last week. He wasn't officially the president last Monday.
What? Yes, he was. He wasn't?
No, he's not. No. He got sworn in on Wednesday.
Yeah, he's right. It was Wednesday.
Yeah, you're right. Damn. You know what? It's been so boring that now that we got adults in the house, I done forgot all about it.
That is very true. It has definitely not been chaotic. It hasn't been.
My blood pressure is down.
The only thing it's been is like cricket.
Lamont want that spicy though.
Y'all gotta give me a minute. I'm over here struggling.
With what?
I was trying to share. I shared it, but I shared it to my story. I'm like, what am I doing? Okay, we good. I miss Donald. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I have not watched a full length of my favorite Fox News, MSNBC, and CBS cluster. I miss Donald already. I miss him. I miss the chaos. I miss the waking up on edge. I mean, now I wake up to what's the boy's name? Michael Strahan talking about mittens. I mean, I wake up to CBS News talking about a song that they're doing on TikTok. Some dude from Norway.
We back to how to make stir fry in the morning.
Yeah, I'm like,
we back to new recipes. We back to the cooking shows. We back to, animals back on the morning show.
Right.
We back to all of that. We back to all of that on the morning show now. No more chaos since, Donald has been out of that piece.
So I'm just adjusting. So you'll have to give me a minute because I've been a little disengaged again. And I'm very sincere about, it's boring out here in these streets. Mm-hmm. I'm in the house and I'm in the house bored. You know what I'm saying?
Well.
And this is what Maynard asked for. So Maynard got what he wanted. This is what we
need. Man, my blood pressure was through the roof. What's up, Roderick? My blood pressure been through the roof for 4 years. I feel better now.
Can I ask you a question, Maynard? Where are you getting these shirts? Are you buying these shirts from the man on the corner? Are you supporting a black-owned business? I mean, where are you getting these shirts? Are you getting these from do you go to the market and there's a t-shirt man and
you said to the market?
You mad? Are you mad at my shirt?
Are you ordering these on Amazon?
This is an Amazon joke. This is an Amazon joker. But the one I had with Stacey Abrams on the front with her picture, that was from That was from the Georgia Democrats.
Oh, okay. All right. So in a couple of weeks, are we gonna see you with the Bernie Sanders hoodie, with the sweatshirt, with the Bernie Sanders sweatshirt?
Coming out mittens heavy.
Man, shout out to Bernie Sanders. So did you all see the little Bernie Sanders crochet figurine?
People, I haven't seen that, but people got love for the shirts, Bizzle. Come on, man.
Fall back.
I mean, I'm not hating on the shirt. I'm just trying to see where are you getting the shirts. I mean, I know you can, there's a couple of street people on the side, and they got the T-shirts. And I don't know if they have that in Norfolk, but I mean, in the D, you know what it is. You can go to 7 Mile and Myers and get yourself a T-shirt.
They print them fresh, right?
No question about it. You can go to Eastern Market on a Saturday and get yourself, a T-shirt. So I was trying to make sure you got a shirt. What's up, Danielle? I mean, I just wanted to kind of see what we were doing.
What's up, Coach?
What were your thoughts about, the inauguration, Lamont? Now, just because the presidential and the news is boring, that don't mean we gotta be boring.
No. Give me a minute.
Up the spice.
No. Here's what I will say. So come to find out, the young lady who did, and Maynard probably knows this because in his book of Hotep notes, the young lady did the poem. The young lady, what's her name, man?
I can't tell you her name. I don't know her name. I know she was amazing.
Starts the last name with a G, but her name is Amanda, I think.
Yes, Amanda something. Yeah, right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so come to find out, her mother, I think her father is, but her mother for sure. I went to college, went to Northwestern with KB.
Oh, word?
Yeah. And there's a lot of conversation. Those Northwestern people are really heavy, trying to recruit her because, but she's actually very smart and very talented in that poetic space. So, I was happy for her. You know what I'm saying? Like we said about Michelle, everybody loves Michelle. She was in there looking like Regina King from The Watchmen, looking like a superhero. You know what I'm saying? She had the mask on and the cape. She was. She looked like the all she did was a little hood. You know what I'm saying? She came in with the belt, quiet as kept.
She looked like Regina King name was Shadow or something like that.
I know she was kicking ass. That's how Michelle looked. You know what I'm saying? And again, God bless Michelle. Because of the young designer who I understand is getting a lot of shine. Brother, I don't know the guy's name. But I thought a lot of, even Joe Biden's wife, Dr. Biden, I thought she looked, pretty spiffy.
Amanda Gorman was her name, according to Roderick. Thank you, Roderick.
Yeah, Amanda, yeah. So it was cool. I was asleep by the time it was time for fireworks and all that. And, and I know Uncle Joe, Sleepy Joe, a.k.a. Mr. Almost 80 years old, he started early. He probably had to take a little nap because he had a long day that day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm nervous about Joe. I'm going to keep it a buck.
Why can't you say a.k.a. 46?
I'm sorry?
Why couldn't you just say a.k.a. 46? Why couldn't you just say a.k.a. President Joe Biden? Why can't you say a.k.a. Executive in Chief? Commander in Chief.
Uncle Joe almost 80. Let's keep it 1,000. Am I right?
And so
80. I'm just saying, let's be clear. He has limitations. Let's not act like he doesn't. That's all I'm saying. So it was a long day.
Okay.
But I'm trying to give Maynard some ammunition. He don't want to take. He's not taking the bait.
Shouts out to Roderick. Shouts out to Kojo. Everybody who's checked in with us. Go ahead, Maynard.
I liked it. I think it's a shame that we had to go here, not only because of COVID, but because of the, the security concerns. I think they pulled something off that was, it was the best thing they could do in a tough scenario. But I'll say this, a lot of hate for that Vogue cover, but pearls and chucks is a whole thing. That thing, chucks and pearls and chucks. Every black woman I know on Facebook had chucks and pearls on. Maybe Kamala tapped into something.
The Vogue cover was still whack. I don't care what you, chucks and pearls all day. That Vogue cover still was not hot. Call it what you want to. The Vice President of the United States still was not that was not a good representation at all. But
Danielle
that's
says it's a whole
story.
movement. I'm correct. Danielle agrees with me that I'm right. It's a whole movement.
I mean, no, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, on the Chucks and Pearls, that was dope. It was good to, you know what I'm saying, see that movement roll. It was good to be able to see black women, you know what I'm saying, feel good about, you know, having Kamala Harris, you know, as the first woman and black woman as a vice president. You know, it was a great day. But let's go back and let's be very clear. You know, the excitement and the entertainment part of it is over. It's time to get to work now. Like, it's time to, you know what I'm saying, start putting things into perspective and start making things happen. As, you know, the Reverend Al Sharpton said, listen, we didn't vote for, you know what I'm saying, for entertainment. We voted to get some things done.
Come on now.
We voted to, you know what I'm saying, make things happen. So while all the Chucks and the Pearls and the D Nice Party and the, you know, Dietrich Haddon, you know, and all of that other stuff was great, it's time to get it's time to get to work. Here's what I will say. Amanda Gorman, when I saw that, you know what I'm saying, young lady, what is she, 20-something?
21, 22.
22. That is the new standard for the black women, for young black girls. That is what black mothers should be striving to teach their daughters to be like. Not in the sense of, you know, being like, but that's the bar. Like, she set the bar extremely high for a great example of what black women should look like. Young black women, dressed, articulate, smart. I was like, you do your thing, girl.
Yeah,
that's the example I would love to see.
You know,
I'm not hating on, you know, Carly Red or
Saweetie.
You know, I'm not hating on none of them. You know, I like tap in, but you know, there's just a little. This is what I would love for, you know what I'm saying, black mothers to say, look, this is what you need to be doing.
I do need to come at Howard University for that drum line they sent up. That was whack. I'm sorry, Kamala. I know that's your HBCU and that's where you went to school, but you really needed the Marching Spartan Legion or some kind of true drum line, because that was a little lacking.
I was refilling my glass, so I kind of missed that. What was the problem with it?
Yeah, I kind of actually missed. I only did one thing, and that was I only saw when they swore in Kamala Harris, and after that I was like, okay. Yeah. We're here. Done. Next. Next. I don't care nothing about anything.
So else. What was wrong? What was wrong with it, Maynard?
You know, it's when you know. First of all, it's just, you know, this Lamont going to TSU. There's some bragging that has to occur between black college graduates and their bands. So, you know, that's one. But two, and more importantly, they didn't bring it. They just you know, when they unfolded, it looked like, you know, like they had 12 pieces.
No, I mean, it wasn't like they was playing TSU or they wasn't.
No, because see, man, you was going for the homecoming, right?
Yo, the homegirl. It's the homegirl. It's the first time that a black college graduate is in the executive joint. We got to bring her in.
This is the problem with you Negroes.
Right, he wants some buck dancing, some.
Everybody wants for, you know, everybody wants for the entertainment, and the marching band got to be off the chain. Mm-hmm. You know, oh my God, a black woman up there, y'all got to represent. Mm-hmm. Hey, what does that matter? Yeah. What is that? It don't matter.
Because they wanted buck dance.
Ain't nobody hating. Ain't nobody hating on HU. That was whack. I'm sorry.
Hey, come on, man. I mean, I feel you, but whatever. You know, HU was like this small. That was like, I don't know. What did they have? Like 10 seconds on the screen?
They were up there for a minute. In fact, this is what happened. Joanne Reed was like, "Damn, we're going to get to hear HU, this amazing marching band. Can we get their audio? Can we get their audio?" Oh, it's up. It's up. Okay. Yeah, listen closely, and you'll hear HU in their drum line. So it is important, Kojo.
What's the name? I was watching CNN. What's the girl Breonna Keeler? She was on, and she was just like, the HU marching band is very, very, very entertaining. She was like, this is a sight to see. And I was like, what? Wait, what is the sight to see? I was like, I don't see nothing. I don't see anything. Anyways, that is over. I am glad that, you know what I'm saying, we finally have, you know, Kamala Harris as well as Joe Biden in the White House. You know, that's a good look. But I do want to go back to the Rev. I think that, you know what I'm saying, what he was saying, and I echo that because I was listening to him the other day. You know, we just didn't vote, you know what I'm saying, just for entertainment. We voted because we wanted to get some things done, and we want to see some things get done. You know, I don't want to have this conversation with you, Maynard, in 4 years about what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris didn't do or did do for the black community.
Blaming it on this Congress.
You know, it was an underlying, and they did one thing for everybody, which included the black community. No, I don't want to hear none of that. I want to see what's going to happen for the black community. And I don't mean putting Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill. I mean, what is Kamala Harris and Joe Biden specifically going to do for the black community? I want to hold them accountable for that in the next 4 years. Oh, well, you know, they did something for COVID-19 and black people were, you know, had the underlying condition. Now and all that. What are they going to do specifically for black folks is what I want to see. That's what I want to talk about in 4 years.
So can we go back before we go forward? Before, you know, Maynard goes into the. Can we talk about at least the one thing that we did several things, but the one thing that made me jump for joy that Donald J. Trump did as he was leaving office?
Yeah.
And we've talked about this on this podcast for weeks and weeks and weeks. My man Kwame Malik Kilpatrick is home. Well, not to say home. He might be in the second. Huh?
Yeah. He needs to be home.
Donald did that. Donald signed the paper. Whether he even probably knew who the hell Kwame was, did he care? As they say on all the news channels, I know Donald did not know Kodiak Black because they keep calling him Kodiak Black. Donald probably ain't never heard of a Lil Wayne song. Ivanka and all them probably had to tell him who it was. But on the scoreboard, Donald J. Trump gave Kwame Malik Kilpatrick 21 years back on the clock.
Let's just see what Maynard has to say. Why did Donald Trump do it, Maynard, and Barack Obama didn't do it? Because he had the chance when he was leaving.
Kwame's team wrote a nice check.
Kwame what?
His team wrote a check.
Can you prove that?
Yeah, where you get that information from?
Well, we already know that pardons were for sale. Pardons were sold.
How do we know that? I'm just curious.
Well,
that's the move. I get it.
Reports are already coming out, and we know. I think you all have heard this. That Rudy Giuliani was out here trying to go ahead and get his mastermind game on by selling access for $2 million a pardon. I don't know if Kwame and his team came up with a $2 million, but I think Donald didn't have a price. I think Donald was just like, yo, what you got? Yeah, I can work with that. Yeah, we write this out to who? Kwame Kilpatrick out? Okay, good. Cool. There you go. Go ahead. And I ain't mad. You know, did Kwame deserve to be released? Absolutely. That was way too long for him.
So Barack wasn't taking checks?
Yeah, he wasn't taking checks.
So how many years did Kwame do?
7.
Yeah, I think he did 7, and if I'm not mistaken, he had to do at least 5 in order for Barack to do anything, and he did surpass the 5. So in the last couple of years, no, that still wouldn't. The math would have been wrong. Because the state time doesn't count, because he did it a year worth of state, and then the rest was federal that he did. So yeah, I think it was still a little bit too soon. I think the math didn't add up because the state time didn't count for his total time incarcerated.
Now so you backtracking on Barack, or is Barack still a bad person?
Well,
I never said, no one's saying that Barack is a bad person.
No. What I'm saying is that Donald let him out, and he didn't have to. Money or not,
he didn't have to do any of the people that he let out. But let's be clear: the Kodak Black, The Lil Wayne.
Kodiak.
Okay, yeah. The Kodiak Black.
That's what they call him on Fox News, Kodiak.
the Kodiak Black and the Biggie Lil Wayne.
Uh-huh.
and
Harry O.
Oh, let's not forget about Harry.
Right.
The West Coast is quietly happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's not forget about Desiree Perez. So how true is this Funkmaster Flex thing, Lamont? And Jay-Z made the deal with the Trump administration to not campaign for Biden because they wanted Desiree Perez out.
Well, here's what I'm going to say is that your man Charlamagne the God always says that a lie, sounds better than the truth or something. I mean, I don't know. What I do know is she was on paper. You can read that. That's public information. The dope, the plea, the whole shebang. So I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Jay get down like that in terms of even being in the political space like that. Messing with Donald, I think all of his handlers, I think all the real Rock Nation people, all the real Live Nation people who are heavy Democratic that put all the paper in his pocket was like, hey, my man, stay away from that. Don't even get into that mix. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you on that. I think did Jay and company put together a package to send to Donald? I mean
$2 million boy?
Probably. There's no cause for Jay. There's no cause for Donald to know about Desiree. He wouldn't have known that name. Somebody brought it up to him, right? I don't know. There's some 600,000 people in the federal penitentiary system. He don't know her. So somebody brought it up to him. And I'm sure that the paper, that a whole bunch of people were involved with getting the paper up to and including probably J and B. But I don't think the idea that they made some deal, like they met Donald, on DuPont Circle somewhere and had a secret meeting and, that didn't happen. And I also would say this.
It could happen, though. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be directly to Jay. It could be the conversation with her attorney, with her people, to say, look, we need this, we need this lady back out, in order for this to be able to happen. Trump says, his people cannot do this. Okay, cool. We're going to go back and we're going to tell, Hove's team, look, if you want homegirl back, the CEO seat, then, you need to sit down for the next.
But she was out. But she was already out.
No. It's a win-win for me. But it's a win-win for Jay-Z.
Here's the Funkmaster Flex piece, though, because she was already out. Correct, Lamont?
If I'm not mistaken, the last time I remember, because I only learned of this a couple of years ago, to be honest with you.
She's been out for a minute. She's been out since,
because she was working at Rock Nation and everything.
Yeah, she's been out since 99. So she was not in jail. But what Funkmaster Flex wants us to believe is that Jay wants to start a cannabis company, and because she has a record of, some federal time on her name, that this pardon expunges that, and therefore she could be the CEO of the cannabis company. And first, let me say this. Flex used to be that dude. New York radio used to run through Flex. I'm talking years ago.
Flex is still that dude.
He used to be that dude.
Let's not get it twisted.
His shots at Jay.
Let's not act like Flex is not still hot.
His shots at Jay, they always seem to cut, like they go hot and cold. One day, Jay-Z is, oh my God, Rock Nation is the greatest, and Rockefeller, Jay-Z, it just tastes so good. Jay-Z. Then the next day.
Yes, Maynard, pause. Can you say pause?
I'm saying I'm repeating Funkmaster Flex. Then the next day,
did he say that? It tastes so good?
No, I
was about to say that sounds like slander, Maynard.
That's hyperbole and poetic license. Then the next day, he's all mad at Jay and he got problems. Let's be honest. If Jay was going to start a cannabis business, are there a lot
already starting? His monogram is in effect.
Yes.
All right. Aren't there a lot other people that he could you got a record, you can't do it? I can probably find somebody else. Like, she ain't the only person who knows how to be involved with moving drugs.
Well, I mean, your people are your people. I mean, it's the equivalent of if it was us three. if you had a pardon and I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, start a cannabis business and I wanted you to be the CEO of it, you were already, you know what I'm saying, you were already running my business. You already had the relationships, you already had the resources to be able to take my business from X amount of dollars, you know, or X amount of, you know what I'm saying, influence to the next influence, then, hey, yeah, you gonna do this for me and my man can get his pardon and he gonna be able to run my business too?
You know,
Bet, no problem. I ain't gotta travel. I ain't gotta go and sing no songs for Biden. Heck yeah, no, forget about it. Let's do it, no problem. It's an easy turnover.
All I would say though is like, if Jay decides like, yo, here's my weed company, he don't need it's weed. Most people who sell weed don't actually sell weed. They just let you know I have weed and you can have money. If you bring me money,
let's get on the right plane though.
No, what
selling
I'm saying
weed,
is you don't need her to be able to run this business.
But you don't know. I mean, because the thing that, and I understand what you're saying, but you're looking at it from apples and apples, right? The cannabis business already, even for Jay, is a very difficult business to get into. I mean, it's not like, I mean, you have to go from seed to sale. It's not like you can just start a cannabis business, especially if you're African American and if you're, you know what I'm saying, a rapper. So it's not just the easiest business to get into. So it's not just like you can just pick up the phone and you can just call anybody to start your business. Could be, but the relationship between why this girl becomes the actual CEO, who knows?
You think starting a cannabis business is more difficult than starting a sports agency, than buying titles?
Yeah.
Hell no, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
You're not dealing with the government when you're talking about sports agency?
Of course
You're
are.
talking about relationships. So Sean Perez, if he got if Sean Perez has a, you know what I'm saying, it's not Sean Perez. What's my man's name?
You about to make me say Sean Perez.
No, not Sean Perez. Peckus. If Peckus has a relationship with, you know what I'm saying, with Victor Cruz, and you're Jay-Z and you have a relationship with Allen Iverson, and you got it's no different than Ice Cube and the Big Three. If you have a relationship with all these people, it's easier for you to start a basketball company than it is for you to be able to go and start a cannabis business.
I think, Spoy, you should just add, I think, Maynard, the regulations are definitely just, it's a little bit more, the barriers of entry are a little higher. It's not just finance. I think there's a lot of, you know, hoops you have to jump through.
It's actually getting government approval.
Right.
Look, let's just take Detroit. When Detroit started medicinal, every strip club turned into a weed place. Every Coney Island turned into a weed place. Then the government came in and was like, oh, no, you're not about to have all of this. You have to have these regulations. You have to have all this paperwork. You have to have all this background. You have to have all of this stuff in order to be able to start a cannabis business. All them joints shut down. So we went from, I don't know, I'm throwing a number, 300 medicinal places to 20. Because you have to have, a client of mine that's in Colorado tried to start a cannabis business, a dispensary in Detroit. Had to go because you don't have the paperwork to actually do it. If it was that easy, I mean, trust me, everybody would be doing it.
How many people are we talking about that have a net worth over $700 million?
It's not the money.
That's a big piece
It's not
of
the
it.
money.
The money is a big piece. A lot of problems go away when you can hire the right lawyers to get in the right people's faces.
You talk about in terms of cannabis business?
Any business.
Okay. I mean, I hear what you're saying, man, but here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave it at this. Because, Spud, you might have saw this, but there was a big expose in the news where they broke all of that down about cannabis in the state of Michigan and it broke down a lot of the numbers and even the barriers of entry. And even those who did have money, who the money wasn't seasoned right and that they couldn't prove just, 25 years back. It was something really crazy and retarded. And I remember they saying that it was almost just as you were trying to open up a casino in a state. And you know how that is. You know what I'm saying? So it at least in Michigan, it was a very difficult thing. So I get it, but I just think it was a business transaction. And it's simple as that. If I got the plug and I can get Maynard off them federal papers and all I gotta do is do a little ooh-wop, I got you, Maynard.
It's the same thing.
Would you do that for me, Lamont?
It's like, okay.
Yeah, I got you, dog.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I got you as well.
Yeah, this ain't rocket science.
No. And I gotta sit down. All I gotta do do is sit down and not do nothing for Crazy Joe, for Sleepy
Right.
Joe. I wasn't gonna campaign for him anyway.
Right. I gotta leave the crib, and it's COVID. I can stay in the house and get my man. Come on, this is a no-brainer. And again, it goes back to what I said a couple of weeks ago. What Jay-Z was doing was minding his business. He was taking care of his people, not out here trying to save the world, which I think we got to do a lot more of, is focusing on our thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep saying it. Kwame home. Spud, you asked a few weeks ago, where was Kwame? Kwame at home now, dog.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm glad for Kwame. Shouts out to Kwame.
All right.
Shouts out to Karen Dumas, who wrote an amazing article in the Free Press.
Yes.
It's on TV, and everybody in Detroit now talk about what is Kwame going to do next. Is he going to run for office? Is he going to be the mayor again?
Is he going to live in Detroit?
I don't know if he's going to live in Detroit, because I know that, you know what I'm saying, he moved to Texas. So I don't know if he's going to move, you know what I'm saying, if he's going to be in Detroit or not. But right now, the man just got home. Why is everybody talking about the man needs to start thinking about running for political office? Why? First of all, he got to pay that $5 million back.
Right.
That's first. So anybody gonna let him back into the, you know what I'm saying, into the government, into the mayor's office, and you owe that $5 million? You got to get that $5 million paid off first. And that's
get it straight.
So
that's gonna be hard to do.
Who was
First of all,
involved with the Kwame bag? Who you think was involved with the Kwame bag?
Which one, the $5 million or
no, the whatever had to be dropped off for Giuliani and company? Pete Carmanos.
I don't know anybody. I'm not sure. I don't know anybody who's a part of the Kwame bag. I can't see it. I mean, there isn't any return of investment there. And from a family perspective, there's no money. It's not like Carolyn has any juice. His dad has no juice. Now, I know that there's a plethora of people campaigning and signing signatures and, you know what I'm saying, rallying and putting the movement up for Kwame to be out. But the money bag,
I'll be honest with you, Maynard. I don't know if it was that.
I'm trying to cut you off, Lamont, but Carmanos did the first bag.
Right.
You know, Carmanos was the one that was like, yo, I'm going to put you in Texas, you know, have a little cash, do your thing.
$300,000 house, Escalade.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know if Carmanos is, you know, I just don't see the return of investment, you know. I don't see it. I mean, I love you. I could get you out, Maynard, but
if the bag is concerned, then
if the bag is like the $2 million, I'm like,
well, I'm
not gonna campaign. I'm not gonna campaign to get my man out, but I can't part with $2 million.
Y'all ain't gonna at least run a GoFundMe for me or something? Like,
I I might get you to, you know what I'm saying, 8 stacks on the GoFundMe.
Okay.
So let's just clear up one thing, and I'll be done. Kwame cannot run for anything on a city level until 2023. He can still run on a state level.
Is it 2023 or 2033?
I'm sorry, 2033. You're right. So you're right. He can't be mayor, but if he wanted to run for some sort of state level, from what I understand, I thought that he could. Because there was some conversation about, oh my God, John Conyers. You know, him possibly over time being the next John Conyers, you know, going to Congress and things of that nature. But again, I think dudes are just chill, coming up with that $5 million. It sounds like it's a lot, but, you know, we're going to be all right.
What else we got, Spizzle?
I don't have anything else, man. I'm done. What do you got?
We got stuff. I don't know, but we got stuff.
Oh, what do you have?
Pat Mahomes, back-to-back Super Bowl appearances.
Go Chiefs.
Is he soon to be? I mean, he's Hall of Fame bound at this point. Can we agree?
I mean, first of all, you're going up against Tom Brady, so
he beat him already once this season. All right, I'm glad you brought that up. Tom Brady, he's GOAT status. Last season, He was 12-4 in New England. Bill Belichick said, I don't really want him here no more. Not for $25 million. Bill Belichick goes and gets Cam Newton. Gave him 1.3. Fell apart. Bill Belichick doesn't make the playoffs and Tom Brady is in the Super Bowl. Should Bill Belichick be fired on the spot?
Hell no. You know, Mr. Kraft not going to play them games.
No. Bill Belichick's the legend here, dude.
No, he's not. Bill Belichick had almost every winning season Bill Belichick has been because he's had Tom Brady. He's got like 3 winning seasons without Tom Brady. He has no losing seasons with Tom Brady.
I'm with Lamont on that one. I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to be like on a losing streak.
Yeah, you can't. Mr. Kraft ain't going for that.
If you fire the dude that you say that you can go to the Super Bowl with again, and you don't even have a winning record, and that dude you fired goes to the Super Bowl, you were wrong. You were all the way wrong. And think about this. I know it's hard for you to imagine, Lamont, but imagine there was a quarterback who played for the Detroit Lions who took you all to 9 Super Bowls, won 6 of them. Doesn't that guy deserve the right to stink it up a year?
Well, let me just say this, and this is my opinion because I don't know. I'm not in the front office. If you think Bill Belichick made that decision by himself without the green light from Mr. Kraft, you crazy. So what I'm saying is, if Mr. Kraft agreed with it, it's okay. We rolling the dice. It's all they're gonna be okay. Period. Point blank. So let me say this about the Chiefs, and let me get this out the way. Get this off my chest, because I'm down with the Chiefs, but that offensive coordinator, man, he need a job. That boy wouldn't be throwing that football if it wasn't for Eric. You know what I'm saying? The black dude. Don't nobody want to give him no job. And if it wasn't for him, I get Andy Reid, I get all the other coaches there. But that black boy from New Orleans, he the one that's really running that team, dog. Give that black man a job. Y'all hollering Tom Brady and this and that and the other. No, give that black man a job. Okay, I'm done.
I mean, but you know what it is, man.
What you mean?
You only give the black man the job if they're winning. You don't give the black man a job just because.
Chiefs been winning. What are you talking about?
No,
I get it.
They always bring the black man. They bring the successful black coach. His next head coaching job, his first head coaching job is going to be on last place. It's going to be the last place team. That's what they do. They take a successful black coach, and then they give him the greatest challenge, and then 2 seasons later they fire him.
I don't know why we're watching football anyway. I mean,
yeah, when we supposed to be mad?
I'm not mad, but it's just not. I mean, and I'm a Chiefs fan, and I don't even watch football, but I'm down with the Chiefs. But I mean, I might have a couple chicken wings, and you know what I'm saying, watch the Super Bowl, but
you do have to admit, Green Bay and Tampa, they was balling.
Yeah,
they were balling. That was entertainment.
So let me move on to another question for y'all, because I got questions. The Ashanti Keisha Cole piece then finally popped off.
Listen, I'm gonna be unapologetic on this one. Keisha Cole is a hood rat. All right, it's not even a question. And that's just the bottom line. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Listen, I'm not an Ashanti fan. Keisha Cole has better records, in my opinion, than Ashanti. But I got to give it to Ashanti. Ashanti was a class act from the clips that I see. I did not watch the versus battle, but I did see, the lateness and anytime. And let me go back. Shout out to Swiss Beats and Timbaland for building this platform. Listen, we all watched the very first one. If you did not, I watched the very first Timbaland and Swiss Beats versus battle back in April of last year.
April, I think.
April of last year, where they were in the dark with the wine and they was making beats in the whole 9 yards. So to now circle 11 months later and to be doing a versus for the Pro Bowl and having $1 million and, you know, having to deal with Apple and so forth and so on, and taking it to that platform, nothing but much respect for Timbaland as well as Swiss Beats.
Here comes the but.
And it really is a shame that Swiss Beats and Timbaland had to address this particular versus battle. That they had to come on and basically say, if you don't want to be a part of the versus battle, don't agree. Keisha Cole, you didn't have to agree. Now, we all know you need a couple spins, and we know you need some, you know what I'm saying, some notoriety. This was a good versus battle, I think. But to be, I even watched Roland Martin, and we already know how we all feel about Roland Martin. I actually like Roland Martin. But to Roland Martin to say, yo, you are an hour and something late, lady. You 2 hours late?
Almost 2 hours.
And you didn't apologize?
Yo,
then you getting snappy with Keisha, with Ashanti? Why you getting snappy with Ashanti?
So, but here's the question, because the most recent one before this was it Gucci and Jeezy, or was it
It was Gucci and Jeezy.
40,
Too Short
40 and Short.
40?
Oh, 40 and Short, that's right.
Right. Which I felt was like, yeah, I feel like the Versus platform has to, I think it just there has to be greater control over how this thing operates, because this is the first time that some of these people will be seen by some audiences, and the last time they may be seen by other audiences, but it's not a good look. To being late, that's not a good look. All the cursing in whatever in that Too Short 41, that was the drinking, and they were kind of a little bit risky frisky with it. We got to step it up.
Here is
You
what
said risky frisky.
Here is the versus battle. You know what the versus battle is? And I'm sure you could attest to it. And the Maynard, you can attest to this as well. The versus battle is a backstage concert. That's exactly what it is. Everything you see on the versus battle is exactly what happens backstage.
Okay, I'll take that.
Bunch of Negroes, bunch of drinking, bunch of weed smoking, a bunch of sitting around not doing nothing, don't want to go on stage right now. Excuse me, I'm waiting, I'm sitting, I'm chilling, I'm not doing anything. That's what happens backstage. All day, every day.
But the problem
when I watched 40 and Too Short, I was like, wait, who are these Negroes? Why are these Negroes on the side? Wait, isn't it COVID? Where are all these Negroes coming from on the side of the stage? Now they dancing in the camera. Where are these Negroes coming from? It's a backstage concert. That's all it is.
I think they gotta step it up. I think they gotta make this a little bit better. We don't, the first thing you said was love Keisha Cole's, but she's a hood rat. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Right. So if we're at that point with Keisha Cole's, if we're at that point with any of the artists who are coming on, is that good for the Versus platform, or is it bad for the Versus platform? That's my question.
I think it goes back to your point about the regulation of control, because even Swiss Beats said Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle, they weren't late. They were on time. And
legends.
And they weren't late. So I think it's a matter of the regulation of the time. I mean, Monica and Brandy, that was a good, versus, right? They were on time. They did it right. They did it properly. I mean, Keisha Cole was sitting down. They were sitting down, not doing nothing. Ain't nobody singing. So I think you're right. I think it's just a matter of the regulation of how do we get this under control? What does the visual look of this, look like? How are we going to operate this? They need a stage manager, a stage presence. But you're dealing with artists, and you're dealing with management. You're dealing with people who, don't want to be bothered sometimes. And so I think that from Swiss and Timbaland's perspective, it's just like, oh, this is hot. Let's do it. You got this person and this person, let's go. But they can't control their team, They can't control all the rest of the stuff. But I agree. Apple, or Ciroc or Apple especially, somebody needs to come in with the white lady and say, look, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. This is what time you need to be here. If you're not here at this time, you will not go on, and we will postpone it, so forth and so on. It's no different than a concert. When you go to the Fox Theater, if you're not there at your time, you don't go on. At the Fox Theater with that curfew at 11 o'clock? Oh, no. They ain't playing that joint.
Yo, I want
11 o'clock, we out of here.
I want to real quick because we owe folks something to address this. We should have done this earlier. Unfortunately, Wayne Bradley couldn't make it. We invited Wayne. We had confirmed it with him, and I think he had some kind of schedule conflict. I see a couple of questions in chat. Where is Wayne at? At this point, he may sneak in at the end, but I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll try to reschedule him and get you guys some updates on that.
Did you watch the Salt and Pepper movie?
No.
No?
No. I heard
you, out of all the people, did not watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Old school legend like you?
Yeah, and Lamont knows why.
Why? Cheryl put you off?
You got a problem with Salt and Pepper?
Well, when the whole situation went down where there's no representation of Spinderella, I was like,
Oh.
What? What's wrong with that?
If there's no Spinderella, if there was no Jam Master Jay in the Run DMC movie, wouldn't that make you feel some kind of way?
Well, yeah, that would. But I mean, I think that you clearly know that there was an issue with Salt and Pepper and Spinderella from the get. I mean, the girl did just settle for a bag with Salt and Pepper, so it's not like, it's good blood there. It's not like it's cool or.
So
Yeah.
Maynard, let me ask you a question. Since you are the resident old hip hop person of the crew here, what was your number one Salt and Pepper album?
I mean, it would be the first album that they did.
Okay, stop.
And I know Spin wasn't on that. That's where you going.
No, stop. Because you're right. Spinderella wasn't on that album. Now, the first DJ that
was on that. Well, she knows you. No, she wasn't. It was a Spinderella.
I don't know her government.
Album, right? It was a Spinderella on the album cover.
There was a DJ on the album.
Yes.
It was not the Spinderella that we know as Spinderella.
That was the DJ name.
Right. So what Cheryl said was very true. Hot, Cool, and Vicious was the album that really was their thing. You feel what I'm saying? That put them out here in these streets. Oh, girl wasn't, a part of that. You know what I'm saying? And I think, I get it. I understand it. I just feel like it's a whole lot of Positive Adams trying to be in the same space. And we figured all that out. It's time for us to move on. You know what I'm saying? From that, like, I'm with you. I just want to see the movie, keep it moving. And if they got to be beefing, y'all go in the corner somewhere and keep beefing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that no more. It's been years since we've been talking about that.
Okay. I mean,
Cheryl has spoken.
Listen, if I'm a company and I mean, there wasn't no representation of Arabian Prince in the Straight Outta Compton.
Come on now, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, and he wrote records. So,
right. And watch this. You see that Lifetime didn't call Spinderella talking about let's do a Lifetime special on Spinderella, did they?
So
it was on Salt and Pepper.
Listen, I get it. That first album was 85. She joined the group in 86. She rocked out with the group to 2002. She missed 1 year of all of that. And then,
that was the year that got him popping, my guy.
Right, but
wait,
what's the biggest song? What's the biggest song?
To be very clear, when you see the movie, there is a Spinderella in the movie. There is not a storyline for Spinderella, but there is a two Spinderellas in the movie.
Right.
So she's represented in the movie, but there's no storyline of her being a part of the group for longevity within the movie. I just want to can I just sidebar real quick?
Sidebar, my dude.
Okay. Lifetime I need y'all to get the budget up, okay?
Oh,
All right?
oh no,
I
no.
need you to get the budget up, okay? I mean, the actors and actresses did a great job, but y'all need to get somebody that has a little bit more likeness to the characters in in your movies. Because when I watch the Lifetime movies, listen.
Who did which network did the Michelle A joint? Was that Lifetime as well?
I think so.
I think
That was
so.
Lifetime, right? Yeah. But Spud, you're talking about casting. That could be easily fixed. That's not about the budget.
No. That's just one part. All right, I'm talking about everything. You know, wardrobe, location, editing, all of that other stuff. Shout out to Mario Van Peebles. He directed it. I mean, I guess he did a good job for the budget that he had. It's budget, I mean,
but that's what makes it. That's what makes it special. That's what makes Tyler Perry's stuff with him being in a dress and being low budget. That's their niche. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But Tyler Perry needed to do better. Cause some of those them braid wigs that he putting on.
Yo. Yeah, that last joint on Netflix, we was like, come on.
Is that the one?
You did too much we came too far to go back, my brother.
Tyler Perry he need to be ashamed of that shit.
Shout to Tyler Perry.
So, but if you have not seen it, it's a good Saturday watch. You ain't got nothing else to do. Sit at home, grab yourself some popcorn, chill out, a drink or two. You can fall asleep on it, wake back up, fall asleep on it, wake back up. It's cute. Shout out to Salt and Pepper. Trent wasn't in the movie. I don't know why. Shake Your Thing wasn't in the, I'll Take Your Man. I mean, those are signature Salt and Pepper records that were not in the movie.
They didn't want to pay that tab, Spud. That's just a publishing tab.
No, I'll Take Your Man.
Yeah, that wasn't in there either?
No.
They didn't pay the tab. That's all. Like you just said, it's a budget issue. So from that perspective, you're absolutely correct. Whether it's Herbie or whomever it is, they probably wanted a certain dollar they didn't want to pay. They might have wanted stuff to be in there for free. That's probably the problem.
That next plateau, Select Records money.
Right. So you're right.
Yes, Roderick said it better. $1 billion probably couldn't have done it better, but you gotta get it together. All right, what else are we talking about, Maynard?
So, how come nobody came to Trump's send-off party?
Which one? The one at the Air Force Base?
Yeah. So how did that go between he and Mike Pence? He sent Mike Pence the invitation, and Mike Pence was like, I committed to this other thing.
Here's what I think about, the Trump. I don't even want to hear about him anymore. I don't care nothing about the impeachment. I want to see him impeached, but I don't care nothing about it. I don't want, everybody's talking about, talking to Dr. Fauci about, you couldn't, talk when you were doing the Trump administration. Now, all of a sudden, Dr. Burke says, resurfaced. Listen, Donald is at Mar-a-Lago, back living his life. Let's move on to the, Sleepy Joe administration, and let's get, the policy done, and let's, let's get focused on that train. Because I think that what is important is that what I think media is doing, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is that they're looking for exactly what we talked about in the beginning of this show, which is they're looking for the drama, because that's what they had for the last 4 years of the media. They're looking to stir up the, I don't think it's controversy, but they're looking to stir up the spark. And Donald Trump is the spark. There isn't anything else without Donald. There's nothing but regular old policy, executive order,
infrastructure projects.
It
ain't sexy. It's not sexy.
There is nothing. There's no, grab him by the. There's no tagline. There's no, oh my God, I can't believe what Donald Trump said today. He's out playing golf. He's talking mess to Putin, or he's talking mess to Kim Jong-un. There's none of that anymore. And we have to find, comfort in that new boringness. 'Cause that's what it is. You know, we've all wanted it. We wanted the, the
Sleepy Joe
of, whew, it's over. Now we got now we got, Joe Biden, and now it's kind of like everybody's sitting around talking about, so what's Joe Biden gonna do?
So can I ask you both a question, even in that space? And I know it's been less than a week, but have you all heard any conversation about ramping up the production of the vaccine?
Yes.
I know there was conversation here about the second round of doses being pushed up to people who didn't get enough of the first round. Have they put a timetable on that? Because, Spud, I'm with you. I feel like, we need to focus on, some things at hand. And that's one of them for people that want to stick that poison in their arm. How do we get it to them?
Well, one of the things that Joe and company. So here's a piece that Joe Biden said he wanted to do 100 million in 100 days, right? And then it turns out they said this is a very doable thing. We should be able to knock that out. It's probably easier than it sounds. Until they discovered today that the stockpiles and the numbers regarding the stockpiles, and Spud, you mentioned Dr. Birx and her conversation. All of a sudden, they don't really have any good records as to what has come in, what has went out as a pass down from the Trump administration. So there's some challenges. Joe has worked on signed an executive order authorizing the War Production Act so that all those things that go along with the production of the vaccine, getting syringes, that's, it's just not getting the vaccine. You got to have the vials, the syringes. You got to have, probably, more cotton swabs or whatever the case may be. Whatever things that are necessary to get that out and in the arms and do it safely. That's Joe has, written or has signed executive orders to help do that. And in addition to all of that, Lamont, which one of the things you were alluding to about what are they doing with the doses that exist, where they were trying to do it, the initial plan previously was to get, say, whatever the number was, 30 million, and do 15, and then come back 2 weeks later and give those same people another their second round. Where his plan is to be like, look, let's just get all of them out, we'll come back. We'll get the second round when the second round comes in. So. I don't know if that's going to change based on inability to get the doses in, but that's what's going on with that.
Man, I don't, this COVID thing, man. Yo, I don't see the end, man. With the UK strand, with the South Africa strand,
Brazil.
I mean, we are just not, and I get it. I mean, what I'm saying? Big Gretch basically said, you guys can open back up on February 1st. I don't think you should open up on February 1st, but you guys can open back up on February 1st. And I understand. I mean, it's about, the economy versus, the health, but it's just too many. It's just too much happening, man. I just don't see how. You mean to tell me I gotta take the vaccine and I still gotta wear a mask? And what I'm thinking, and you talk about how many people's behind? We 20 million? Vaccines behind? For whatever that's worth, right? Well, hopefully we'll get 100 million people, in the first 90 days, first 100 days. That'd be amazing. Hopefully that will be the snowball effect to be able to start getting, us ramped up for the fall. Hopefully, because Dr. Fauci basically said by the fall, we will have a very small amount of normalcy back in our lives. By the fall, that means 2022, by spring of 2022, we might be back to not walking around with the mask.
Yeah, true. And the funny part is, had we done a better job of taking this thing seriously, we might not be waiting that long.
I mean, very true.
But I mean, we are where we are. It feels good to at least have straight talk about it, where, you know, Fauci will come up there and say, there's going to be a second wave in the fall. And then 2 seconds later, Donald Trump, there's no second wave. Yes, there will be. No, I'm the president. There'll be no second wave. So we're out of that part. So it feels good to have just kind of some transparency on that at this point.
But not to everyone, Maynard. That might just say it feels good to you, because there's still 70 million people who don't agree with you.
Sure, there's probably, you know, 70 million people who you know, think that the Earth is flat. Don't make them right.
I'm just using their taglines, Maynard. That's what they keep saying.
Mm-hmm.
I also, you know what I'm saying, think that I hope, I'm going to say I hope, and this is my own conspiracy, but I believe it to my core. Some of these deaths, not COVID related, folks, just, I'm not saying that the numbers don't lie, but I'm just saying sometimes they bend a little bit.
What do you mean? So Hank Aaron, what? Because he got the poison and then he died 14 days later.
I'm just saying that, you know, if you die from a car accident, you die from a car accident.
Right.
You don't die from COVID-related injuries because you died in a car accident.
Right, because wasn't there a conversation about the honor system?
I mean, you know, I'm just saying. I mean, you know, if you die from a gunshot head to the womb, I mean, to the, you know, gunshot to the head, then you died from a gunshot to the head.
It's not COVID related.
COVID related issue.
But they had COVID though when they got shot. Okay.
Just saying, let me a little fluffy in the numbers. I mean, fluffy in the communication. That's all I'm saying. That's my own conspiracy, and I'm speaking on behalf of myself. But I'm just saying.
Well, where conspiracy is concerned, let me bring up one. This is under my skin a little bit. I think you probably would also feel similar, that it would be painful and hurtful for someone to do this. The Parkland massacre that occurred a few years ago at the high school in Florida, as well as the Sandy Hook massacre that occurred at that grade school in Connecticut. There are people who go around and continue to spout that these people are crisis actors, that these events didn't occur. They continue to say that these people were acting. And at the same time, these are the same people who said that there was this pedophilia ring at Comet Pizza in Washington, D.C. That somehow people were kidnapping children and taking them to a pizza shop and selling and trading them for sex, which turned out to be false. But if somebody did that, if there was this ring where all these people their children were being stolen and traded for sex, traded into some kind of child sex slavery, wouldn't there be a lot of parents who would be showing up saying my child is missing? Conversely, if I lost my child in some kind of horrible massacre and a congresswoman, a newly elected congresswoman in Marjorie Taylor Greene, said, "Oh, that's fake. It didn't even happen." How does a parent deal with somebody who says the loss of your child is fake? How do you accept that? How do you work with that? How does that sit with you when Christmas comes up and you don't have to buy gifts for your dead child? When you have that one room in your house where your child used to sleep, and you've seen it, like even when Trayvon Martin's family, like they literally still have his bedroom decorated the way it was. Or when you sit down for Thanksgiving and Easter and there's an empty chair. Who the fuck gave these people the right to tell these people that they can't mourn their children by saying that this shit is fake? That is one of the most despicable things I can ever imagine somebody doing. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, QAnon conspiracy theorist, you get the cactus this week. I know it's been a minute since the cactus has been out, but if anyone is deserving of it, I hope you choke on cactus all the way deep down in your throat, and I hope all the worst things in the world happen to you and you alone.
So I'm sorry. I'm new to the story. So what did she do? So she basically said that this was a fake act.
Right. So there are these people, and there's one guy. So let me back up. This is before Marjorie Taylor Greene, but there's a father from the Sandy Hook event who lost his daughter in the Sandy Hook event, and Alex Jones, InfoWars Alex Jones, along with others, like, oh, it's fake news. It didn't happen. They're crisis actors, and they would take the video and say, look, you see the kids are actually going off over here, and this guy who says his daughter was murdered is a liar, and they literally stalked this man down to a point where like he had to go to the hospital for, like, that shit hurt. Like, I mean, if I sat here and thought long and hard enough about somebody calling me and telling me my daughter is not going to come home, I'd be in tears right now. That's the last thing I want to have happen. And then if for somebody to tell me if that did occur, that I'm somehow faking, I could only think in violence at that moment. If you were to say that and go online and go on television and type it in Twitter and all these other places and literally start a movement against me being able to mourn my child. They called this man at his home. They would get his phone number and call and leave messages. The man changed his phone number 2-3 times. So anyhow, this most recent one is Marjorie Taylor Greene, who just got elected. She's a freshman congresswoman from Georgia. She is, in fact, also the one that said on the Friday before Joe took the oath that she was going to impeach. She was going to put articles of impeachment up against Joe Biden. I don't know what for. He hadn't even been president yet. But she has said that the Parkland massacre, where I'm going to find the information, where so many children died, where there are people there were funerals that were carried out.
So she was saying it was fake?
She's saying it was fake. It was at Stoneman Douglas High School. 17 people did not go home to their families that day. 17 funerals occurred as a result of that. And she's saying it's fake. 17 families cashed insurance policies to bury their children or their loved ones. They went to funeral homes. They went to hospitals. They had to go and actually see and identify their loved one, their child. They had to go, that thing we see it on TV. They lift up the sheet. Is this your child? I did this reenactment thing a couple of times, something called Every 15 Minutes, where we try to teach kids about drunk driving, right? And at some time in that process, we put a kid in a body bag and we push them into the morgue and we bring the other kids around.
A real child?
A real child, a teenager.
Pretty traumatic.
Jesus, that's a little torturous, my guy.
Hold on. And the mom or the dad has to come down, and the other kids, these 20 kids, they stand around, and the mom and the dad come into the other side of the morgue and identify their child's body. And everybody knows that this is just something we're doing to demonstrate why you shouldn't drink and drive. But every time that parent who's been knowing about this thing for 2 and 3 weeks, who's been participating in this thing for 2 and 3 weeks, walks in there and sees their child on that table, they break down and cry. They break down, and their child is still breathing and still alive. But when they see their child sitting on that table, it kills them. It literally flattens them. So if a parent has to go in, and this is not supposed to happen, the saddest thing you've ever seen in your life is a funeral with a casket that's small. It's not supposed to work that way. I'm not supposed to bury my daughter. She's supposed to bury me. And for this woman to say this to these people, that's despicable. That is despicable. When we talk about 9/11, never forget. We have to remember and honor those people. Honor those people. Why can't these people had their own 9/11? No, not 3,000 people died at Stoneman Douglas High School, but 100% of somebody's family members died that day. If you got one child and that child died, 100% of your children died, and that's a big fucking deal. You cannot belittle people's opportunity to grieve and never forget their own family. And for that, I know she thinks that she's some kind of patriot, but again, I hope I wish hateful things for her in her life. That's foul. You should not do that to people.
All right, we're 9 minutes over, 10 minutes over. So thank you guys so very much. Jeff, we don't know what's going on with Candace Owens right now.
Whoa. She had the baby. I forgot. The little
that's
swirl
right, she did
came
have a
into
baby.
Yeah, the little swirl came into the world. She good now.
Well,
That was not nice.
That's what somebody posted on her page.
That's not nice.
but Candace was not quiet.
We gotta lighten it up after what Maynard just put us down. We can't say swirl came into the world. Shit, can we have some happiness around here?
Candace did have a lot to say about the riot at the Capitol. She said that was all Antifa and BLM.
Hey, can I ask a question? What's going on with Ice Cube? What happened to the Black Agenda? Is the Black Agenda still happening, or is Black
That's
Agenda
your man.
Listen, I'm Ice Cube fan. Don't even get it twisted. But is the Black Agenda over? Do we no longer have a Black Agenda? Jeff,
I heard he tried to call Kamala, and she.
Do we have a Black Agenda, Jeff, or what happened to the Black Agenda?
No, they sent him a voicemail.
They didn't send him a voicemail. First, the one brother said the reach out that he said he made, that brother said that didn't occur. And he said, like, I'll work for Kamala. So I'm the person who's supposed to be on the front line. Unless he called some special phone he knew about that nobody else knew about. Her husband, Frank, got her pregnant. She's married to a white gentleman.
And that's how you get the swirl that came into the world.
Yo, Candace Owens used to be some kind of vocalist in her past. She was like a singer or something. She's wanting a little contract maybe in the past.
All right, we're out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for being a part of this Fool's Gold. Platinum player turned out to be Fool's Gold. Damn, Ice Cube, I was rooting for you. Hey, make sure you share this episode with your friends. Also, make sure you join us. Hit the reminder and the alert to, you know what I'm saying, so you know when we go live on Mondays at 7 p.m. or if we end up going live throughout the week, you know, we will definitely get a reminder. If you are watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit the share. Share the link with your friends, with your family. Let them know about, you know what I'm saying, the podcast, so that way we can continue to grow. We want to talk to more people. We want to reach more people. If you like it, then we want to know. So thank you so very much for joining us. Thank you, Wadsworth. Thank you so very much, Jeff. Thank you so very much, Frank, Roderick, Danielle, everybody who got on with us tonight, Kojo. We appreciate everybody. Until next Monday, peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Be safe.